Hey, I'm Adam Wylde, and welcome to Top 5 Lists. Now, I got Top 5 lists for days, but today it's about centers in the NHL, and it's based on their performance last season. We're looking at the people that got the results, not the ones who coulda, shoulda, woulda. These are the guys that performed, and if you want to get in on the action, make sure you make your bet with Sports Interaction. Go to sportsinteraction.com/STPN. 19 plus. Please play responsibly. At number 5, Tage Thompson. Now, if you look at the NHL draft over the last few years, you're going to see a lot of players in the 5'10" to 6'2" range. They are looking for smaller players, more agile players, players that can move the puck and shift side to side and get around the big lumbering defensemen that used to kind of dominate the game 10 to 15 years ago. But imagine all of the skill that's been drafted in a body that is 5 or 6 inches taller. And that's what you have with Tage Thompson. 6'6". The thing about him, too, is he's got a crazy shot. He drives the net, uses that size to an advantage. And, hey, listen, 47 goals? Is that low for him? Can he do that again, but can he get to 55? I mean, listen, is that an out-of-control prediction that Tage Thompson gets over 50 goals? I don't think anybody's debating that. And what I love about Tage Thompson and why he's number 5 on this list is his style and his size combined changed the game this year. It's changed what scouts are looking for. We're now looking for guys who can move like him, be agile like him, but also score 50 goals. It's a pretty tough package to replicate. Tage Thompson is one of a kind, and he is number 5, and I bet next year he's higher. At number 4, Brayden Point. Now, I can tell you as a Leaf fan that Brayden Point has haunted my dreams. There's a few players on this list that have, but this is probably the best compliment I can give this guy. I've lost sleep over this player. And to talk about how great he is, I went back to his scouting report from 2014. Check this out. At 160 pounds, Brayden Point is not going to win every puck battle. Yes, he will. Yes, he freaking will. And I know this because I've seen him time and time and time again against the Leafs, and it's sheer determination that does it. The thing I love about Brayden Point is his intensity. You never, ever see him give up the puck. He kind of drives defensemen insane because he just pushes them at every single moment. There's never like a let up. And like I said, I've seen him with the Leafs a billion times in these playoffs in the last few years, and it's painful. And here's the thing, though. He's not just good on offense. He's pretty good on defense, too. And if you want to look at something silly, like let's look at this stat. Corsi, all situations. I know Corsi's like a dated stat, but bear with me on this one. Last year alone, Corsi in all situations, 60.7%. The thing that gave me nightmares, and Leaf fans, I think you can relate to this the most, on the power play, 87.7%. And that's lower than his career average. That's lower than his career average. So this year was a down year in terms of possession on the power play for Brayden Point, and yet 87.7%. He's a nightmare because here's what he does. He drives your defenses crazy by pushing them. They make a mistake. They hook him. He causes a power play. And then on the power play, you can't get the puck off him. This list is stacked, but it's not complete without Brayden Point on it. That's why he's at number 4. At number 3, and producer Drew is going to love this one, Nathan MacKinnon. He's probably the second best first overall pick of the last 15 years. And I think the only name that's better than him is Connor McDavid. And he may or may not be on this list too. I mentioned Brayden Point's possession. Pretty good, right? McKinnon, even better. In all situation, his Corsi is 62.7%. Even strength, 56%. On the power play, 92%. And it's because of the speed. He's faster than pretty much anybody. His skill with the puck can embarrass defenses. He's just so fast, and he's got vision. So he's already 2 or 3 steps ahead before the defenseman even knows what he's doing with the puck. And that's with all the injuries he's had. And that list of injuries is pretty good. And, they lost Kadri to free agency this year. The Avs also lost Landeskog to injury this year and a bunch of other players throughout. And he was still able to take that team to the 7th game of the first round without most of the previous year's top 6 in the lineup. He is a god. He's a weapon. And I hope he's got some time to heal this summer. And I hope the rest of the players do too, because I think the Colorado Avalanche are coming out swinging in October. And I think Nathan MacKinnon is going to be one of the major drivers of that. He's number 3. At number 2, it's Leon Draisaitl. Duh. I'm going to tell you a story. About 18 months ago, I was talking to a reporter from Edmonton on the phone, and he said this, and I'm kind of paraphrasing, but he's like, I don't understand how the hockey world still has not recognized that the best two centermen in the league play with the Edmonton Oilers and how unbelievably rare that is. Listen, it's not that we didn't know that Leon and, the other guy who's number one on this list were pretty good, but it's sort of so goofy that you almost can't accept it in your rational brain. Like, how could number one and number two at the most important position in the entire game be on one team? But they are. And you already know why watching Leon is amazing. You know why he's so good. But what blows me away is what he's able to do when he's not fully healthy. In 2022, the Oilers went to the third round. We all remember that. Leon had a pretty rough high ankle sprain, which essentially meant he was skating on one foot, and he finished the playoffs with the second most amount of points anyway, and that's after being eliminated a round early. This year, even better. Oilers were eliminated in the second round this year, which kind of sucks for them. And at the time, he had 13 goals, and he led the NHL playoffs. Then the conference finals happened. He still led the NHL in goals. Then the Stanley Cup finals happened. And it wasn't until the last couple of games of the Stanley Cup final when Jonathan Marchessault of the Vegas Golden Knights tied him that anyone even came close. They finished the playoffs tied. Marchessault had 13 goals in 20 games. Leon had 13 in 12. What else do you need to say? And I know this one's going to shock you. At number one, it's the best player in the world, Connor McDavid. What else do you need to say? Listen, you already know he's a fast, puck-handling, crazy, ridiculously skilled player. But here's the thing I like the most about Connor McDavid, and there's a lot of goofy stats from last year that, prove his greatness. It's undisputed at this point. But the thing I like the most about him is his consistency. And that sounds silly, but the best players in the league get cold. The best players in the league can go 5, 6, 7 games without scoring a goal, except for Connor McDavid. He had a point in 75 of 82 games last year, and he played 82 games. 75 of 82 games, Connor McDavid at least gets a point. 45 of those games, which is over half, he is at least 2. And if you want to drill down even further, this is the crazy one. 3 points or higher in 22 games. So 25% of the year, 1 in every 4 games, Connor McDavid is putting up 3 points. And there was a 5-point night against the Kraken. Sorry, Kraken fan, but it's just crazy. And the crazy thing about Connor McDavid is the more you dig down on him, the more you're impressed. The guy is just an unbelievable talent that we have not seen in the NHL probably since. And no disrespect to Sidney Crosby here, but have we seen a guy this good since Mario Lemieux? Since Gretzky of the late 80s, early 90s? I don't think so. Now it's up to you. Give me your top 5 in the comment section below. Did I miss someone? Am I completely out to lunch on the entire list? Well, I can't be because Connor and Leon and Nathan MacKinnon are at the top 3. Are you mad that Austin Matthews didn't make the top 5? You can't based on last year, can you? But leave it for me in the comment section below. Let's get into the summer content, baby.